Peace, family. Peace, peace. Peace to everybody. Some of y'all already recognize the names. Prince of Darkness, Carmen Lopez, you always in here. L. Reddington, Miss Porche. Peace to everybody coming in. Peace, peace, family. Yes. I want to talk to y'all today. Peace, peace. Let's do some talking. The only thing constant in the universe is change, right? The only thing constant in the universe is change, family. I want y'all to understand that. Black Zetu, peace, family. Peace to everybody coming in. Yes, yes. The only thing constant in the universe is change. Let's talk about some change, family. There's a lot of change going on. No doubt. No doubt. Yes. Come on in. Come on in. Peace to everybody coming in. In this video, family, I want to attempt to explain to you guys I want to explain to you guys, yes, peace to the family, peace to the Watatiri. It's our thunder seal. We put that over the heart, the Watatiri seal, right? So I want to attempt to explain to you guys through, I've been doing a lot of astral traveling, a lot of meditation, and a lot of studying. And I kind of want to start this video out saying, talking about a video I did in 2021. So there's a video I did in 2019 called, Is the Antichrist a Real Person or Real Thing? Y'all should go back and watch that video. Did a video called, Is the Antichrist a Real Person or Real Thing? All right. And I want to talk about that for a second, right? But first of all, I want to say thank you guys for all your support, all the love. I think we have 18,000 subscribers now, 18,200, right? I want to say thank you to you guys. I want to make sure I always say thank you because you guys always support me. Thank you for everyone who's purchased the products. Thank you to everyone who is in the Watatiri Nation signing up, becoming members. Thank you for that. Thank you to all the Patreon members, right? And all the links to those websites and everything will be below this video when the video's over. And if my guy isn't here, brother Atian, you can put that in a link. So I know trolls won't come here tonight, boy. I already know the trolls coming. We at the beginning stages of Mercury retrograde. Yeah, they've been talking a lot of shit to me lately. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got no picture on their profile and yeah. So, yes, thank you. Prosperity Digital Spell is on point. Thank you. That's my most successful one. I seem like I know how to do that better than anything. All right? So, yeah. So, my boy will be here in a minute, Minister Atian. So, I'm going to go ahead and start the video. So, I want to start out talking about family. I want to start out talking about I want you guys to watch that video again. And I talked about in that video about the Antichrist. And I made it very clear, family. And I want you guys to walk with me and pay attention to what I'm saying because I'm going to reveal some things even that I revealed in my lecture. So a few things I talked about in my lecture that I'm going to talk about here too. The lecture I did in South Carolina. So I want you guys to understand, family, that I talked about the Antichrist being a mind. Okay, man in Sanskrit meaning mind. Okay, the womb man means the womb of the mind. Okay, so when the Bible is talking about it's the number of a man, right? What we're really talking about metaphysically is that it's the number of a certain type of mind, an artificial mind. I talked about in 2019 also how to prepare yourself for what's to come in this world, how artificial intelligence is going to be taking over, right? So we talked about this 2019, so we talking about 2 years ago, right? Before the coronavirus and all this stuff, and now y'all starting to see autonomous cars and more talk about autonomous cars and artificial intelligence and virtual reality. And I even did a video in 2019 called Tech Magic. Was that 2019 I did that video? But I talked about tech magic will be the magic of the future. I talked about all that stuff, right? And I'm going to talk to y'all about some more stuff tonight because we are in the moment where this artificial mind, Antichrist, is here, right? And Antichrist is artificial intelligence, okay? Excuse my hands. I got ink all over my hands, but the Antichrist is artificial intelligence, family, okay? And they are forming the whole world around artificial intelligence. So what am I really saying? What I'm saying to you guys is that you guys need to think a lot about privacy right now. Because little by little, slowly but surely, they're going to snatch away your privacy. Another thing I told you guys in 2019 was that they're going to start doing universal basic income, right? They're going to start to pay people to stay home and be home, and people going to start getting comfortable with that, which is what's happening right now. They are practicing on you guys. They are training how the system's going to work on you guys to see how you guys will react to it. Universal basic income is a very important, very big thing that they want to implement, but it's about how they want to do it, right? So in my city, the actual mayor is actually talking about giving universal basic income to the blacks and Latinos in my city, right? Because New York State just got approved for marijuana, so we can it's legal up here now, right? So the mayor of my city is talking about taking the profits from marijuana in my city, the profit that the city makes from marijuana, and giving it back to the communities, Black and Latino communities, right? And also not just universal basic income, but also giving reparations to people in the city. This is what the mayor is talking about in my city right now, right? So don't think it just only exists on a small level, small city level. This thing is being talked about worldwide, okay? So that's pretty big. And right after she started talking about reparations and universal basic income, she got hit with an indictment. Now some other stuff going on with that, but she got hit with an indictment. They trying to take her out, especially when you talk about reparations. But the whole universal basic income thing, they want to make it a countrywide structure. They don't want just one person doing it here and there. They want the federal government wants to implement this thing. Told you guys it's coming, and it's coming in little pieces. You guys start to see what's happening. But what they're forming this whole thing around, family, is artificial intelligence. They want this entity or this new god, let's just call it that, to control the world, right? They want it to own the world, let's say, and they want to have a controller behind it, okay? They want to have a controller behind it. Minister Atiana, if you in here, let me know, brother. So they want to have this whole thing behind it, right? So I want you guys to go back and watch that video because I dropped a lot of key points in there that you guys need to pay attention to, all right? It's a lot of things I see. There's a lot of questions I've been asking on the astral plane, talking to different entities. I've been seeing a lot of things. Some things I just can't come out and say. I got to be careful how I say it, right? But I can pretty much guarantee you guys the next big thing, and I'm going to tell you guys a story, so stay tuned. Tell you guys a very powerful story pertaining to parallel universes. Okay, I see you, brother. I see you. I'm going to tell you guys a very powerful story pertaining to parallel universes, okay? That I actually know a person who's dealing with this right now. Now, on my Patreon last night, I put up a video about, I'm jumping ahead of myself, okay? Let me say this first. I want you guys to start paying attention to as far as what they're talking about when it comes to climate change. Okay, pay close attention to it. In my lecture in South Carolina, I showed the people this, right? Welcome to 2030. Okay, now it's backwards on my screen. I own nothing. Okay, I own nothing, have no privacy, and life has never been better. Welcome to 2030. I own nothing, have no privacy, and life has never been better. This is the World Economic Forum. Okay? The World Economic Forum. They're not playing with y'all, man. Here's another version of it. Okay? You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. This is how our world could change by 2030. Okay? You'll look at the drone delivering stuff to people's house, right? Or is that even a house? Something to think about, right? So you got a drone delivering packages to your house, right? Which is another thing people got to pay attention to, because robots will be taking over jobs. This is another reason why they're going to have to implement universal basic income. Maybe they won't call it that. Maybe they will, but this is why they're going to be implementing these things. The world is changing, y'all, and the only thing constant in the universe is change. We are right now changing. The whole world is changing, and I don't want people falling back to sleep. That's why I'm doing this live stream. A lot of people are falling back to sleep. They're falling for the okie doke. The world is opening back up, so people are going back to life as usual. But they've been calling it something the new normal. What does the new normal mean? That means that something changed. It's not the normal that you're used to. Something has changed during 2020, and they're calling it the new normal. Okay? The new normal. I put this up, the 2030 thing, the World Economic Forum. You guys can go look this up. They're actually taking it down, so y'all might not be able to find it. But I was able to print it out, right? They don't want people looking at this. Okay? Agenda 21. This is, and I'll talk about that in 2019, right? But this is what they're planning and they're trying to implement by 2030. They're going to take away your privacy. I don't know if y'all even know what that means. When I say they're going to take away your privacy. Okay? That means that you have no power to do nothing no more. Some of your rights you have right now are based on privacy, right? Right now, you have a right to privacy to a certain extent, right? To a certain extent. They're going to snatch all that away. Now, how and why can they snatch all that stuff away? Very simply, family. Because they're going to put everything around the structure of the internet. And your whole life is going to be on the internet. And they're going to control the internet. They're going to control this entity, artificial intelligence, that's controlling the whole world. Okay? Now, I'm not saying all this, family, for doom and gloom. Please don't take this video as a negative video where I'm talking about the world is about to end, it's over with. No, what I'm telling you guys is I'm giving you guys something to think about so you can start to prepare yourself accordingly. Okay? That's why I'm preparing myself accordingly. And like I said, I was good already. But I want to come out and help people. And that's what I'm trying to do. Right? By 2030, family, you're not going to have no privacy. Okay? We're talking about what? Less than 10 years now. They're going to snatch away slowly but surely your privacy. And they don't want you living in houses by 2030. They don't want you owning anything. So if you own a house, if you own land and it's not private, how are you going to keep it? Okay? This is going to be all over the world. How are you going to keep something and you don't own it privately if you're not a private citizen? And yes, being indigenous goes into a level of privacy. But I would say it's even more powerful because you have state laws, federal laws, then you have universal laws that apply to the indigenous people, right? You have international laws that apply to indigenous people. But there are some people that are not indigenous. And they're updating their statuses, they're becoming private citizens based on trust, and they're protecting their families, right? Every race and culture is doing this. It's all about people understanding and knowing what it is. So I'm trying to tell you guys that they got things coming, and you guys need to pay attention because the main thing they're going to start to attack next is going to be climate change. Autonomous cars, I talked about that. Now they're attacking the gas, right? It's a test, though. This was a test. So when you see things like this, it's not a countrywide event. It's just a test. They're testing it out first in a little small area, and they want to see how people react to it. And then they're going to test it on a bigger area, a bigger countrywide thing. It might be a worldwide thing, right? Once they do that, you got to be ready. They don't want you driving cars no more. They don't want you to own it. They don't want you living in a house. They want you to live in pods and different things that they create. Well, how in the world are they going to force you into that? They need to create a catastrophic event, right? So coronavirus was a event that they created. I got to be careful what I say. They may block my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Here's another page from the World Economic Forum, right? It says the pandemic represents a rare but narrow window of opportunity to reflect, reimagine, and reset our world. I'm not sure if y'all see it backwards on here or not. But it says the pandemic represents a rare but narrow window of opportunity to reflect, reimagine, and reset our world. Okay? Now, I know some of the spiritual people out there saying, well, what difference do it make, Joseph? We spiritual. Don't be so spiritually high, you know earthly good. You still got children, right? Still got a family. You still go to work, right? We got jobs. We got to take care of our family. So don't be so spiritually high, you know earthly good, where you're saying this stuff don't matter. It does matter. Because even after you're dead and gone, hopefully you still want your generation to live on. You still want to build generational wealth. You want to make sure your family's straight. Hopefully, even as a spiritual person, hopefully you want these things. Right? Somebody said I might have to move this to Patreon. I know. I got to watch what I say. But I didn't just want my Patreon members, they get live streams. Well, they got one live stream that I did because I just figured out how to do it. But they get a lot of videos and small little lectures that I don't get on YouTube. I don't do on YouTube. But I could say anything on Patreon. I just can't say it over here. Right? So we know for a fact that these people are talking, right? And I just showed y'all the page from the World Economic Forum that's talking about how this pandemic, they were able to reset some things during this pandemic, okay? The Great Reset, as they call it, all right? We need to understand that. I also talked to you guys about how our world is going to be splitting. I talked about how about the Mandela effect and how they're the hydrogen collider. I talked about all that stuff, right? And how they're playing with different universes. I don't want to say they're playing with them, but we have access now to different universes, and the universes are mixing in. Okay. Now on my Patreon last night, I put up a video of a guy who claimed to be from 2027. Okay, claimed that he's currently living in 2027. Excuse me. But somehow this man is able to get on TikTok and talk to everybody, right? And every day, I guess, I don't know if it's every day, because I think I've been to his TikTok once. But he's pretty much able to, he walks around the planet, or Spain. I think he lives in Spain. He walks around Spain and nobody's there. Now, I'm not saying this to say that this video is real, right? But it's interesting. It's thought-provoking. Of course, some people on my Patreon thought it was real. I'm like, no, it ain't real. I'm just giving y'all something to think about, because I'm going to share a story in a second here that's going to kind of relate to this, right? So the video, you guys can look this up. Man says he's from 2027. And pretty much what happened, family, is this man walks around, records the video in Spain. I think he lives in Barcelona, Spain, or something like that. And this man, there's nobody on the planet. Nobody know how he's doing this. So people say, oh, you're just going in the morning time, right? So he went in the morning, he went in the afternoon, and there still was nobody there. Like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, there was nobody there. Nobody walking around, nobody next to him. He's walking in police stations. He said he woke up in the hospital and he just happened to know he's all by himself in this, what seems to be a parallel world, okay? What seems to be a parallel world. This man seems to be all by himself. Whether that video was fake or real, I'm telling y'all right now, that type of stuff is real, okay? That type of stuff is real, and it's happening more and more and more as we move forward into the fourth dimension, right? The fourth dimension is space and time, right? We talked about us being in the beginning stages of fourth dimension. And this stuff is happening. So y'all can check that video out. It's on my Patreon, but the video was called Man Says He's from 2027 or something like that. or a man is currently living in 2027. He talks Spanish. So, but the guy explains the video how it's amazing. Like nobody knows how this man is doing this stuff, or he's even leaving stuff, and people are going to find it later. It's almost like the two universes are crossing over. It don't make sense, right? But I'm telling y'all, this stuff is very real. I'm not saying that video is real. I'm saying that this type of stuff is very real. Okay. So if he is doing it, because I know within the next few years we're going to have what they call quantum computers. And I told you guys not too long ago in one of my videos that quantum computers can time travel. So if you're on a quantum computer in 2027, yes, you can reach people back in 2021. Absolutely. Because quantum computers can actually take particles from the past and bring it back to the future. Go research quantum computers. I told you guys to go watch the movie Mandela Effect. There's a movie called Mandela Effect. And he does a whole thing in there with the quantum computers. I'm not even going to talk too deep about it. But it's a great movie. Okay, go check it out. But yeah, I don't know if this guy's real or not, but it's very, very interesting because, now I've seen like just like when I put up dragons, it's a dragon video. I know it's a real dragon, right? Then there's some dragon videos that's fake. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide. I know it's real and I know it's fake. And in this video, I haven't studied enough about it to tell if it's real or fake, but I really don't care. I put the link up to provoke thought because we're living in a certain time. Okay. Now let me tell y'all this very powerful story, right? So this was in 2000. This had to happen in maybe early 2019. Okay. Lawless Light. Thank you for the donation, family. So this had to happen in 2019. So I'm sitting in my house and I never answer the phone past 6 o'clock, y'all. Because it's family time, right? The wife might be cooking, my baby girl may want to play. I'm doing family time, right? For the most, unless I'm doing a live stream like I'm doing now. But for the most time, I'm not answering the phone. It's family time, okay? But this one guy randomly calls me. And something just told me to pick up the phone, right? I usually don't answer the phone unless it's consultation or unless I know the person. Because I got tons of people that just want to call me. I just can't do it. But I guess maybe around this time, maybe I wasn't getting as many consultations or something, but I was still doing them. Long story short, this man calls me around 7 p.m., I think it was. And he tells me his name. I'm not going to say his name because I don't think he wants his name out there like that. But he's a DJ for a famous rapper. That's all I'm going to tell y'all. He's a DJ for a very famous rapper. Okay, I'm not even going to say the rapper because y'all will put two and two together, right? But this man is a DJ for a famous rapper, right? DJing, right? So he hits me up. And this is a very famous rapper. Very famous rapper, right? If I said the name, everybody knows who he is, right? So he sets me up. He said, Brother Yosef, how you doing? I watched a few of your videos. He said, I actually saw your video on some website. Can't remember the name of the website, but my Angels and Demons video was up there. And somebody put my video on one of those websites, and a lot of people watched it, I guess. He saw it on there. So he started watching my YouTube channel. He thought my information was very interesting. He called me. I don't know. I can't even remember how he got my phone number. That's another thing. I don't know how this man got my phone number, right? But this man just popped up and called me. Long story short, I think he might have got off of Instagram, but I think I had my number up there for a while. Long story short, this man tells me, Brother Yusef, I'm not really that spiritual. I'm learning this stuff, but I got something I want to tell you, man. I got something I want to tell you. I'm like, okay. All right, what's up? He's like, look, man, he said, this gonna sound crazy, but I thought you the type of guy that might understand it. I said, okay, tell me what happened, brother. He said, look, he said about 4 years ago, he's like, I was in college. I was graduating. No, he said about 2 years ago, he was graduating college. And he said that he was in a room with his roommate. His roommate was playing like a video game or something like that. So he's in a bed sleep. He said, Brother Yusef, I fell asleep. I said, okay. He said, so when I woke up, he said, I woke up because my phone rings. He said, when I got on a phone call, it was my brother. I might have told maybe I didn't. But he said, I picked up the phone, it was my brother. And my brother asked me, hey, you want to go to the movies? He was like, yeah, okay, I'll go to the movies with y'all. So he said he got up, said peace to his roommate, and he went to the movies. And when they go see a movie, after they left the movie, he said that they was walking out and somebody tried to rob them. Okay, and this guy tried to take his brother's necklace, and his brother wasn't giving up the necklace. So the guy pulled out a gun, and he said he jumped in front of the bullet, and he got shot in the chest. Okay, and he's like, brother Yusuf, I can promise you, man, this happened, and I died, bro. I died. I said, okay. He said, I know I died. He said, I died. He said, because I remember my brother looking at me, crying, holding me, telling me to hang on. Hold on, bro, hold on. So I'm like, wow, that's interesting. So I'm trying to see where this is going now. Because this man said he already died, right? I'm trying to see where it's going. He said, so I remember looking at my brother's face, and I remember everything's getting black. It just faded out. I said, okay. I said, well, what happened next? He said, well, I opened my eyes again. He said, and I was in this field, this beautiful green field that had like grass, this beautiful grass. And he said, a big black dog walked up to me, like looking like a regular dog. He said the dog transformed into a man, but it had a dog head. This guy didn't even know who this was. Some of y'all already know what type of God this is, right? This man wasn't even spiritual like that. I had to tell him who this deity was. So he said he's laying on the grass. He wakes up and it's a dog approaching him, a big dog. And the dog turns into a man body with a dog head. And the dog, he said the man bends down on one knee and grabs his hand and said, come with me, son. So he said the guy picks him up, exactly, Anubis. He said this guy picks him up. And he said he just felt so comfortable with this person. And he said he pretty much picked him up, held his hand the whole time, he said, come with me. So they started walking through this grass field, and it was a door. And he said the guy told him, go ahead and walk through that door. And he said that he looked back at this person again that had the dog head. He said he walked through the door, and when he walked through the door, he said he opened his eyes, and his phone was ringing again. And he said when he opened his eyes, he said that his roommate was on the bed playing a video game, just like before, right? And he said that he picked up the phone like, what's going on? He remembered what just happened, right? He remembered what just happened. He said he picked up the phone, and his brother said, hey, what's up, man? You want to go to the movies? And he's bugging out. He's like, wait a minute. What just happened? And he said his roommate started saying the same thing he was saying before. And he said that he woke up, long story short, and told his brother, didn't you already ask me to go to the movies? His brother said, no, what you talking about, man? You asleep, I guess, and I'm just calling you to go to the movies. He's like, yeah, I'll be there. So he said he's noticing, he's talking to his brother, and he said, bro, after the movie's over, he's sitting there, he said he didn't even watch the movie. He couldn't even understand the movie. He said he's thinking the whole time, like, what's going on? Right? After the movie, he told his brother, said, bro, don't go outside. Don't go outside, man. And he did everything he could to keep his brother. Don't you know that somebody else got shot outside? Somebody else got shot outside. I think he lives in, where did he say he lives? In North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, or something like that? At the moment he was living in North Carolina. Long story short, he said somebody else got shot outside. So he started saying, bro, I knew that was going to happen and you was going to die and I was going to get shot. You know, and his brother looking at him like, man, what are you talking about? Come to find out, man, this dude said that before he died, Oprah Winfrey was running for president. And she won. She had just won the presidency in his world. He said also he got an uncle that died in this life, but in the other life he had, the uncle was dead. The uncle was alive. And it hurt him because it was one of his favorite uncles or something like that. So it was family members that wasn't alive, that was alive here, that wasn't alive in his other life. Okay? Wasn't alive in his other life. And he's bugging out. So he said that every time he talked to his family, he's like, yo, man, he said, they don't believe me. He's like, but what am I doing here? He said, and this man started crying on the phone. He said, brother Yusuf, did I die? Am I dead? Am I in hell? Right? Am I in hell? And Indigo Eyes, thank you for the donation. Vegan cookbook on Amazon. Okay, shout out to you. So he's like, did I die? Am I in hell? And I'm like, no, bro, this is the world. Like, you're not dead. And he's like, I gotta be, man, because I already died. And he's crying on the phone. It's a grown man. DJ of a famous rapper. You can look him up on YouTube right now. I'm not gonna say his name though. And he's just crying on the phone. He's like, bro, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. I said, well, if you're here, you're supposed to be here. I don't know why Anubis. And when I said the name, he's like, well, who's that? I said, well, actually, man, that's the guy that brought you over here, the dog-headed guy. So he's typing up stuff while he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it, right? So he's bugging out of his mind. He's like, man, I don't know what to do. This is a grown man, y'all. I think he had to be maybe in his mid to late 20s, right? And he's like, yo, man, I don't know what to do, bro. I'm bugging out, man. He said, I couldn't even, I held this in for years. I can't even tell nobody. Everybody think I'm lying. And I'm like, bro, I believe you. I know shit like this is real. I know the stuff like this is real. I've been to parallel universes. I've seen myself in parallel universes. Right? I've seen myself in a parallel universe when I'm opposite of everything I am now. I've seen that. I've seen a parallel universe of myself. I look like beard, everything, but I got like Asian looking eyes. Like my eyes are like more Asian. I've seen myself like that. I've seen parallel universes where Egypt is still ruling. Egypt never stopped. So with all that being said, family, this young man was telling me that he's from a parallel universe, his consciousness. But when he got shot and killed and he woke up in another body that looked just like him, right? And he went through the same cycle. It freaked him out. And his family thinks he's crazy. Right? His family thinks he's crazy. And I had to convince this young man that he's not crazy. Go on and live your life. What happened to you for a reason. You're here for a purpose, which is the truth. There's no deity that's going to take you somewhere just to make fun of you. You're here for a purpose. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I wanted to share that story with you guys. Right? I think that's how the story ended, me and him talking more about it, and yeah, I think it still freaks him out to this day. But he's from a parallel universe. And as I read this dude's energy, talking to him on the phone, I knew he wasn't lying. I knew this man wasn't lying. Right? And man, I listen to y'all. Listen, I don't have some crazy conversations on phones with people around the world. Right? People claim to be all kind of stuff. And this young man was not lying. And he was struggling as an artist in his past, in the other life, but in this life, he blew up. Started getting known, and right? So in his life, Oprah Winfrey was becoming president. Not Donald Trump. Oprah Winfrey did. Right? And she was the first black female president and all this stuff. So in that parallel universe, that's what's going on. And, he's just all messed up. So that stuff is very real, family. And I'm saying this story to let you guys know that we're living in a time that's very unpredictable. Right? Even with the things I say, I may say something and the future is fluid. So just by me speaking about it, it could change to a certain extent. But I see what's coming down the pipeline on a greater level. And I don't want to just hold it on to myself. Like, I could have kept all this tribal stuff, tribal information, privacy, all to myself and just taught spirituality, which what most people would expect me to do. Okay? But I'm not going to do that to y'all. I don't like to see people hurt. I don't like to see people lost. Right? I want to share information to help people grow, help their families grow, so they can find a way out of this thing, man. Right? So they can find a way out of this thing. So I want you guys to be on guard, man. Because this whole gas thing that happened was just a test. Right? I don't want to say the word, but the pandemic, let's just say, was a test. They got something bigger coming, y'all. They got something bigger coming. How the hell are they gonna get you out of your house? Yeah, you're not gonna own nothing by 2030. They already came out and said it. They're not playing with y'all, man. You think these people really playing? They're not playing with y'all. These people not playing, right? They telling y'all what it is. Y'all need to take it serious. And some people don't even know that stuff. What I just showed, like some people don't know this exists. Some people don't know that exists. Some people don't know what the World Economic Forum is. These people telling y'all what the future gonna look like. They got a plan. They're planning it out. The pandemic. They're planning it out. So you guys need to understand that stuff. You guys need to be careful. And I want you guys to you don't have to believe everything I say, but at least take what I'm saying and go research it for yourself. Right? The food supply on this planet will be attacked. It will be attacked. Bill Gates is not buying up all the farmland in the country for no reason, y'all. Y'all think this man just love animals, and he would have been did that. He would have been did that. Right? And now he's getting a divorce. I think his wife caught on to what he doing. Yeah, we could say he been cheating and messing around, and this man planning some stuff, y'all. He's one of the top elite, man. So for him to move the way he move and nobody's done doing nothing, yeah, this man is protected to a certain extent. Right? I even think Bill Gates is a magician. Sorcery. The dude that run Apple, sorcery. I'm telling y'all. But this man is not buying up all the farmland. The biggest owner of farmland in America is Bill Gates. That's scary. And then this man just came out and said something about we need to have synthetic food. Right? He said we need to stop eating meat and make meat more synthetic. And I think he might have said something about plant-based meat, which is cool. Right? Because even I eat the what do you call the plant-based sausages? I forgot what they call. Not Gardein, but it's the other company, Beyond Meat. Right? All plant-based. I can't believe this shit. You know? These sausages taste just like real stuff. You know? So that's a good way to get out of the meat too. But if you guys eat meat, right? But they want to get rid of the meat, I guess. They want to get rid of the cows. You know, and humans can still survive like that. Right? Humans can still survive. But at the same time, when they get rid of the meat and they give you synthetic meat, what the hell are they giving you? You know? What are they giving you? Right? You don't know what these people are giving you. So they're trying to change the food structure. They're trying to control everything, y'all. Great change is happening. Right? So they will attack the food supply very shortly. If you ain't got your own farm, if you don't got your own water supply, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You got to have your own farm coming up within the next 5 to 6 years. You got to have your own farms. Lumber prices are going sky high. It's hard to build a house now. Hard to buy a house right now. They planning some stuff, y'all. Yeah, get a well. Exactly. Get some well water, right? Or get one of those machines out there. TP will have one of those. Y'all better believe it. Me and my bros, we already doing some stuff. So TP will have one of those machines that make water out of air, right? I already understand like what's coming. So like the vision I got for just what I'm gonna build, like y'all got no idea. Like instead of just building a house, I want container homes, right? Especially if I'm in the South somewhere. If I got my land in the South somewhere or the Midwest, I gotta have a container home, man. I wanna, you know, I can't have my house blowing away in the wind, right? Yeah, it'd be cheaper to build something else, but you gotta be smart. You gotta prepare for what's to come, right? They talking about climate change, meaning the hurricanes is going. I told people to get off the coast, right? And last year we had a whole bunch of hurricanes. It's gonna get worse. Told people to get off the coast. Hurricanes is gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse. Right? So I think last year was one of the worst hurricanes. They had more tropical storms and hurricanes than ever before. Right? So this stuff is happening. Stay off the coast if you can. It's only going to get worse. Tornadoes and all this stuff. Everything's turning up and they're going to blame it. Some of the stuff will be HARP. Exactly. Some of the stuff will be HARP, but they're going to blame it on climate change. So that's another thing they got coming up, y'all. That's another thing they got coming up. They're going to start to change everything so they can mess with y'all. Right? So what's the solution? The solution is prepare. Build your own. Get your money up and build your own, or get with somebody that's building something. Because this is not a game. And 5 years from now, y'all gonna remember I told y'all. Just remember, brother Yusuf told y'all. So don't get it twisted. Practice your spirituality. Don't let nothing get you. Because I know every time I do one of these live streams, somebody email me and text me, "What am I gonna do, brother Yusuf? You know they got this coming. What do you expect us to do?" There's no fear, right? We don't do fear. I always come with a solution. I'm telling y'all what the solution is. The thing is, do you want to do the work? If you are a single family, you need to go get a piece of land for yourself and build you a homestead or something, or get with somebody that's building one. You're going to need this in the future. You're going to need to be a private person. You're going to need to know what a private citizen is. You're going to need to know what these things are, or you're going to be hurt. You're going to be hurt. I'm telling y'all right now. It's not a game. All I do is prepare. This is part of preparing for war. The feathers are up. Right? Live in peace and prepare for war. That's the motto. That's the motto. Yes, solar panels, solar roofs. That's what you got to have in the future. You can't depend on them to feed you energy. You have to have your own solar panel. Shit, buy you one of them Tesla batteries and run your house. Right? This stuff is important. Anybody that's telling you that this stuff is important, I won't listen to them. That's just my opinion. Anybody that's telling you that you should not prepare and it's not important because this world is an illusion, yes, but if you die and move on, what about your babies? What about your children? Right? What about your little cousins, your little nieces and nephews that you left behind? What about them? Are you going to build something for them? I know what I'm doing. Right? I know what I'm building. And I want y'all to pay attention to that. Okay? Problem, reaction, solution, y'all. Problem, reaction, solution. That's how they get us every time. They create a problem. It's called the Hegelian dialectic. Some of y'all probably heard of it. Okay? Problem, reaction, solution. The government creates or exploits a problem, then attributes it to blame others. Attributes the blame to others. The populace reacts by asking the government for protection and help to solve the problem. This is one of the slides I gave in my lecture. So we talked about indigenous stuff. We talked about who you are, but we also went into what they're doing. So I talked about this in my lecture, right? 3, the government offers a solution that was already planned by them long before the crisis occurred. The outcome is rights, liberties are exchanged for the illusion of protection and help. So they're going to create a crisis, family, and they're going to trick you into thinking that you need their help unless you got your own. If you ain't got your own, you asked out. And that's just how we got to talk today, right? Yes, we still going to be spiritual. We're going to keep it going, right? Because we got to make it out of here. We got to make sure we never got to come back to this hellhole, right? But at the same time, we can't just leave everybody else stranded. Remember, if you're spiritual, you're the Christ of your family. You're the Christ of your family. You're the black sheep. You're the one that's taking all the hits and the beatings, and you're the one that's doing all that. So be the responsible one and build something for your family, right? I gave y'all the books already. I told y'all in many live streams, get the David Robinson books, because I promise y'all they're not going to be around. And the David Robinson books teach you how to be private, right? They teach you about privacy. Of course, I can talk about other books. I got books piled up on the side of me right now, all law books. But I got to start y'all somewhere. I can't give y'all the deepest of the deepest stuff. I got to start y'all somewhere. Just like I'm doing in my nation. I'm not giving out deepest information first. I'm giving out tests. I'm doing things. I'm being a responsible leader. I want my people to grow. It's not about money. It's about growth and developing and building a strong tribal nation. That's what it's about. And if a person doesn't join TP, that's cool. But if you don't join TP, that's fine. I still want you to build something for your family. Right? Build something for your family. I'm telling y'all the books and information and the way y'all need to start thinking so you can build something for your family if you choose not to be with nobody else. The bigger the number, the better and the stronger you're going to be. Right? But if you just want to get away with your family and build something, then do it. Just follow this information I'm telling y'all. Study privacy. Right? Go learn about privacy. And start to build you a homestead. Right? Start to build you a homestead. Right? And, and go from there. Because this is where we're moving to, y'all. Yeah, 10 years. That's all y'all got. And I would say we got less than that. So don't say that. Don't think that in 10 years, I'm saying the world going to end. I'm saying that if you're not ready to give up your freedom, then you need to do something about it. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Do something about it, or they're going to take your freedom. Right? And if you so spiritually high, you're earthly good, and you think that this stuff don't matter, then you ain't got to listen to this. Right? You ain't got to listen to this. I'm not talking to you then. Right? But I'm evolved enough in my mind to understand these things. Right? I also want you guys to understand this. As we move deeper into the fourth dimension, man, should I even say this? I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. As we move deeper into the fourth dimension, damn, I don't even know if I should say this, man, but I'm going to say it. I got to tell y'all the truth, man. I got to say it, right? Okay. As we move deeper into the fourth dimension, family, the world is going to split. Okay, I talked about this before, but I'm going to go a little deeper here. What's going to happen is the humans who are stuck in a lower dimension, third dimensional level, lower fourth dimensional levels, these people will be starting to be transformed. You're going to turn into a new species. Okay? They're turning humans into a whole new type of human. And they're going to merge you with artificial intelligence. They're starting controlling you by taking away your privacy. To the point where they start the next time they push a vaccination on your ass, you really ain't got no choice. Because you live in their houses. Remember, you 2030, you done gave up everything, right? You live in their houses. You eat their food, because they got rid of all the food, right? Bill Gates is, they got rid of all the food. So you eat their food. You live on their land. And they giving you money, universal basic income. So they're covering all the bases for you. So you're going to do what the hell they're telling you to do. And if they're going to use you as a lab rat, they will be using you as a lab rat. That's one side of the story. That's for people who are not spiritual. That's for people who just go with the flow and they do whatever the government tell them. You will become a new species on this planet. You'll become a new species on this planet. They will slowly transform you into something else. I can guarantee you that. I promise you that. It's already happening right now. They're putting stuff in the foods already. And it may not be your generation, but I can guarantee your grandchildren will not look like you. If you don't have children now, let's say your oldest child is like 10. When they have children, stuff will be different. You will start to notice that. Now, I'm not saying all of that's going to be bad, doom and gloom, but what I'm telling you guys is that you're going to be more controlled by that time. Your grandchildren will be more controlled unless you fight. The flip side of that is there'll be other humans that will transform into something else. And that's because they're tapping into the energy of their soul. So when you turn into what the government wants you to turn into, you will be an immortal, but you'll be stuck right here. Your soul can't leave. You'll be stuck right here because you can't die. So what am I really trying to tell y'all? What I'm trying to tell you guys is that they're trying to trap your soul here forever by turning your body into something that can never die. And on top of that, you're going to be controlled by them. You're going to be like a robot, like an android. That's what's happening. Okay? That's what's happening, family. The rest of us will be transformed into a god. You've been doing your spiritual work. You've been working on your solar energy, right? When you move on and you pass this information on to your children and your grandchildren, and you living on the land and your family, y'all protected, y'all eating your own food and drinking your own water, y'all not living off the government. Did y'all ever see that map they came out with? I want y'all to go look up the map called the Agenda 21 map. Go look up that map. They got, what the hell happened to all the humans? That's what I want to know. They only got humans living in these small little areas. This is the map they got by 2030. This is the map they want. They want to have everything mapped out by 2030. They got humans living in small little subsections on this map in different states. But you know what else I saw in there? Indian reservations. And Indian reservations had land for days. I thought that was very interesting. So if you're an American citizen or a U.S. citizen and you don't have no other nationality and they force you into this change because you're not prepared and they put you in these pods in these little areas and say you can't leave here because the air is bad, the water is bad, and you can't go outside and anything you need to be provided for you, just stay your ass in the house. And you got drones and shit like that coming up to your house and dropping stuff off to you. What are you gonna do? Right? But then you got these group of people over here, boy, they drumming. They got their own water source. They got their own food source, their own farms. They got their own guns and weapons. Right? They children and their grandchildren got land and they prospering. They living in a whole nother world over here. They living in a whole nother dimension than the people that stuck in the house. These people got private land. Right? They protected by international laws. These people over here are just U.S. citizens. And they're lab rats now. By 2030, you'll be a lab rat. And they're going to start transforming you into something totally different. I promise you that. They're already doing it. Some people's junk DNA will never be activated. And it won't protect them from this. For those of you whose junk DNA will be activated by way of the best way is solar gazing, sun gazing, and by doing your sun work, and by using the biggest ball of consciousness that you can see with your eyes to transform your consciousness. Right? Don't you know if you absorb the right sunlight through your eyes absorb sunlight into your nervous system? If you're looking at the sun in the right way, it absorbs sunlight into your nervous system. That's what and you can transform yourself. I teach that on my Patreon. A lot of people in the world teach it. But when you do this, family, you'll be turned into something else because your junk DNA will be activated. So this is really what I'm saying. For those whose junk DNA won't be activated, your ass going to be a cyborg. For those whose junk DNA will be activated, you will transform into something else. And your children, and you will pass these genes on. You will be like the new superheroes of the new world. Your junk DNA was passed down for a certain your junk DNA was shut down for a certain reason. And the only thing that can really activate your junk DNA is a higher consciousness. Well, what's the highest consciousness on this planet that we can see every day? The sun. Yes. And they trying to block the sun out. They know what time it is. Well, that's going to be in the future when they try to block the sun out. But in the meantime, they're going to do climate change. Y'all mark my words. Climate change is coming. Autonomous cars is coming. They don't want your ass driving a car no more. We'll take you where you need to go for benefits and privileges, right? If you want us to take care of you, look how people don't even want to go back to work, right? People trying to stay on which is fine. Hey, the government done screwed everybody. Get your money, right? But the people gonna stay on unemployment as long as they can. Boy, they gonna ride the train as long as they can. People don't even want to go back to work. It got so bad till Joe Biden had to get on the news and tell people, go to work, go back to work, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that. I'm a man, I believe in hard work, right? Ain't nothing wrong with working. You know, but people don't, they want to do the unemployment. And the government testing, they saying something, they sitting back watching everybody too. They want to see how this works. If you think about it, the government is taking care of a lot of people right now. They're giving people money, they're giving out checks, everything. So they could do it. They just testing it out. So I just want you guys to be prepared. Some of us will become a whole new species of human, which is already being planned and prepared for you by way of nanite technology. They're going to transform your DNA into something else. The rest of us will transform into something else as we move forward into this fourth dimension. Okay? That's what's going on, family. The easiest way to gain control of a population is to carry out acts of terror. The public will clamor for such laws if their personal security is threatened. That's another quote. If you have your own land, you have your own guns, you have your own food source, your personal security can't be threatened. It can't be threatened. So, we always gonna talk spirituality and get to the knowledge, right? But I will be an irresponsible teacher, I think, that if I'm not telling y'all the truth about I'm experiencing stuff, I'm seeing stuff in the astral plane, I'm talking to entities, I research and study every day, and I see what's coming. I ain't gonna tell y'all about it. I gotta tell y'all the truth. So sometimes we gotta come up to spirituality and we gotta balance ourselves out. Because we still live on the earth plane. We still live on a physical realm. We still live here. So we still have to balance it out for the sake of our children. Right? For the sake of our grandchildren. We got to prepare something for them, y'all. We got to get ready. Things are changing. Things are changing, right? Yes. Everything is changing. So I hope y'all enjoyed that video. I mean, that story I told about the young brother who's a famous DJ. And don't even ask me what his name is, because I'm not going to tell y'all, right? And I actually talked to a lot of people that's in the music industry. One sister I know personally just signed a big record deal. But at the end of the day, my goal is to help people grow, right? Help people grow spiritually. But I hope y'all enjoyed that story, because it's real, y'all. This man is stuck in a parallel universe right now. Parallel universe, man. This stuff is very real, right? My wife was telling me something about it's a new thing out now. Where was my wife telling me this, or somebody was telling me this about how Babyface? There's a song that he got that's sung by another person. That everybody like, yo, Babyface definitely sung that song. If y'all know what song I'm talking about, y'all have to let me know. I don't know what song it was, but somebody was telling me that there's a song with Babyface that I know. When a person told me the song, I was like, yeah, Babyface sings that song. And they're like, no, it's another guy. I'm like, there's no way that's that guy. It's small things like that changing in the Matrix. Please go watch Mandela Effect. Mandela Effect. I think it's on Hulu. Please go watch Mandela Effect. Got quantum computers in there. Deep. The man, he loses something in his life, he able to get it back with a computer. Using quantum computer to tap into reality. That's why I don't put that YouTube video, I don't put it past, because this man really is in 2027, and I know within the next 2 years they're going to have quantum computers. Then yeah, you probably could text somebody from the past. Right? I do believe time travel already exists. I do believe it. I'm not even going to say I believe it, I know it. But sometimes I say I believe this to stop arguments, right? Because even in metaphysics, some people can only go so far with you. They're just not ready for certain information. Right? So I know and believe that they have time travel already. They just ain't revealed it to the public. But the time will come. Yes, D-Wave computers, exactly. Matter of fact, that's what's in the movie, D-Wave computer. Please check that out, y'all. Please check that out. So I wanted to get on here, man, to just let you guys know what time it is, man, what type of world we living in. Right? And y'all, no sense of being scared. Get prepared. While we going, the world is opening back up. People are falling back to sleep. Right? People are not using their money wisely as far as preparing themselves for their family. If you got an extra $20, $30 a week or a month, put it away, man. So you can get you a little piece of land or something. Right? And make sure your family's straight. That's really what the thing is at the end of the day. Because you just can't keep it in your house no more. You got to get you a piece of land. Or go rock with somebody that's getting land. Or they got land. Go rock with them. And make sure it's somebody you trust and believe in, and y'all can build something, man. That's what it's coming down to. Families, tribes. That's what it's coming down to, y'all. The world is changing. So don't expect your grandchildren to live in the same world. You can't be telling your kids to go to college right now. Are you crazy? Are you trying to look? You can start a business. It's so many millionaires, and Jay-Z's a high school dropout. He's a billionaire. Right? Bill Gates dropped out of college. He's a billionaire. Come on now. You don't need education to be successful in the world. You don't. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't have a high school diploma or GED. I've always been able to take care of my family. I did what I had to do. I worked hard, worked hard for years, 2, 3 jobs if I had to, right? You don't need, I'm not going to tell y'all that you don't need to get your education, right? But what I'm telling y'all is that you don't need college today. It's a trap, man. Sound crazy, but it's the truth. You're going to be in a crazy amount of debt if you go to college. It's like my wife has a degree in criminal justice, and she'll tell you most of the stuff she studied, she don't even use. So what the hell we going to college for, right? I told y'all need to get that trivium, which is the first 3 steps to a real education, the trivium, right? And then this is the other book. I just happen to have it next to me, the quadrivium, right? Which is the other 4 classical liberal arts, which is a true education, right? If your education is not based on the liberal arts, then you wouldn't have a true education. Numbers, geometry, music, and cosmology. That's what the quadrivium is based on. So you guys need to understand that, right? Teach your children how to have a business. This is why I wrote a book for my daughter called The Adventures of Nubia. Nubia Finds Her Magical Name. It's a book that she could sell for the rest of her life. I'm already trying to set her up to have her own business and teach her how to do things, right? So if a high school dropout, can do it, and I know a lot of my life, the Spirit had his hand on me. I know that, man, but at the same time, there's nothing special about me. I could tell you all that, right? It just comes hard work, dedication, and being honest with yourself, being true to yourself, right? I was the guy that people made fun of for being spiritual and doing certain things, and the whole thing on flip now. So I just want to encourage you guys and let you guys know that you can do whatever you want, but you need to do it right now. You need to have a whole plan for your family. You just can't be going to work every day and not planning for the future now. This stuff is important. Or you're going to have a hard life. Or you're going to be somewhere crying because they done took your freedoms away and you stuck now. The process that I'm taking people through to be private, they're going to snatch it away. They're going to snatch the process away, is what I'm saying. So either in the future, if you private, you private. They're not going to have doors open and a way for you to get your privacy in the future. They're going to shut the doors down. So whoever's in, they in. And whoever's out, they out. So that's why I'm telling y'all to do it now. Go get the David E. Robinson books and start studying them. Right? If you want to be indigenous, give a Brother Yosef. And I'll help you get there. Because I don't just talk, I live it already. I live this. Right? I live this. So that's what it is, family. Right? I'm going to go do some family time myself. Yes, y'all welcome. Thank you. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the video. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the live stream, right? So yeah, like I said, if y'all want more of Brother Yosef, Patreon, right? I'm on Patreon all the time, dropping information, knowledge, just sharing what's on my mind. Sometimes I do a quick 2-3 minute video. Sometimes I may do a short lecture on there, right? That's what I do. So that's what it is, families. But look, I hope y'all enjoyed this live stream. I'm about to get out of here, right? I want to come in here and talk to you guys about the future, what's coming, family, and how to prepare yourself. Because this is what it is. No more playing, no more joking, no more wasting time. Your stuff need to be about survival now because they're making it about that. They're making it about that, right? So we don't have a choice. Either I'd rather die at my feet than live on my knees. That's a fact. I don't know how to bow down to the government. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to. They have to make me. They have to kill me, right? A friend of mine, we was even talking like, yo, what if TP becomes so big and you helping some of the people, the government on you? They own me then. But the Spirit is on me too, right? And I'm just not no light feather, right? Brother Yusuf really know how to get down with some magic. So if y'all got, the government better have some sorcerers with them. That's all I'm saying. I got sorcerers with me. The government better have some sorcerers. That's all I'm saying. We can get down if you want to get down, So it is what it is. I'm just doing the will of my Father, the one that sent me. Right? My spiritual father, he pushes me towards these directions. And I'm here to do his will. I'm his son. And that's what I'm going to do, So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming on here, rocking with Brother Yosef. I'm not afraid. I've never been afraid. That's why I do what I do. I'm not afraid to share my information. I'm always gonna come here and be honest with you guys and share my information, right? And we gonna keep rocking. I'm gonna keep growing. All y'all gonna see is growth. It's just a matter of time before TP have that land. It's getting closer and closer, right? And TP gonna have that land, right? And membership ain't gonna be up forever. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now, right? It's a matter of time before we get that land, and we gonna start building. I promise y'all gonna see it with your own eyes. Promise y'all. 5 years from now, we already gonna be established on some land somewhere. And in 5 years from now, you never know. Membership may never be open, right? May not be open at that point, because once we get a certain amount of members, what do we need 1 million members for? You know what I'm saying? So we just trying to do what we trying to do, help who we can help, and continue to grow. And I want y'all to grow. So I hope y'all enjoyed this information. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And I'm gonna holler at y'all in the next video. All right? Brother Yusef, love y'all. And I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace, family.